I'm back, baby, and after our crazy performance at UFC 324 where we went 10 wins with only 1 loss, tying for top of the community, I can finally show my face around these parts, at least what's left of it. Sorry about the eyes, guys. I'm gonna be technical difficulties with the mask. Trying to sort that out, but this is the best I can do for you. Let's go into UFC 325. Starting off with the road to the UFC where we have 3 fights on the slate. Was supposed to be 4, but Tal missed weight. So we're going to the 135 as where we have Sulan Grangbo set to face off against Lawrence Lee. I think Sulan Grangbo manages to get a decision victory. Again, stay away from it in terms of betting. We have Sebastian Sisley set to face off against Nagamura. I think Sebastian gets the win by decision as well. And we're going to finish the road to the UFC with Donmar Fan getting a decision victory against Sang Yuk Kim. Now let's get into the real fights, the prelim fights. Kaan Ofli set to face off against Yizha at the 145-pound division. I got Yizha getting the job done. I think he's a much more polished striker. I think he's well-rounded. I think he's fought higher levels of opposition. His showing against Weston Wilson was really nice. Kaan Ofli, yes, he won against Ricardo Ramos, but I don't really think Ricardo Ramos is that great. Kaan Ofli, he hasn't fought the level of guys that Yizha has fought, and he hasn't looked as good as Yizha's looked. So give me Yizha to get the job done. Kaan Ofli has proven to be durable, so I think Yizha wins by unanimous decision. Now on to the very first bet of the card. In the welterweight division, we have Jonathan Micallef set to face off against Oban Elliott. It's close to even money. I like the side of the favorite in Jonathan Micallef. I think he's well-rounded. I think he's a better striker. I think he can take the fight down to the ground if he needs to. And I think Oban Elliott is just known for his durability. He's going to be able to survive the 3 rounds. But I don't think he's going to be able to do enough to stop the onslaught of Jonathan. I think Jonathan has some really nice body kicks. I think he's going to be able to pick him apart in the striking and take him down and control him there. So yeah, give me Jonathan Micallef to win by unanimous decision. On to the middleweights we go where we have Jacob Malkoun set to face off against Torrez Finney. I know Torrez Finney's undefeated. I know he had to prove himself 3 times in the Contender Series, but in all 3 fights he showed that he's primarily dependent on that wrestling. Jacob Malkoun, in my opinion, is a solid wrestler. He's good enough to keep the fight standing, and if this is a stand-up fight, he wins all day. Give me Jacob Malkoun to get the victory. On to the next middleweight fight of the night where we have Cam Rowston set to face off against Cody Brundage. I really like the side of Rowston here. I think he manages to pick Cody Brundage apart and finish him inside the first round. Give me Cam Rowston to win by KO under 1.5. That's really good value for money. On to the next one in the light heavyweight division where we have Junior Tafa set to face off against Billy Elekana. Junior Tafa, he has the power to put anybody out, but he's not technical. He's not going to be able to stop takedowns, and that's exactly what Billy Elekana is going to do. He has the power to stand with a guy like Junior Tafa, but I don't think he has a chin. I think his best path to victory is taking this fight down to the ground and getting a submission, and that's exactly how I see this fight going. Give me Billy Elekana to win by submission. No bet on the fight. On to the lightweights where we have Quillan Salkilld set to face off against Jamie Mullarkey, and this is going to be absolutely brutal. I think Quillan is going to destroy Jamie Mullarkey inside 1.5 by vicious KO. Jamie Mullarkey has been on the unfavorable side of the matchmakers yet again. Quillan, he's looked crazy good in the UFC. His last fight, winning by head kick knockout, he can very well do the exact same thing here. But all of his finishes by KO come inside the first round, which is why I see the value in Quillan Salkilld winning by KO under 1.5. He doesn't break that trend. Next up, we're going to the heavyweights where we have Tuivasa set to face off against Tallison Teixeira. I really like the side of Tallison here. Tuivasa, he loves to scrap, and so does Tallison. Tallison, yeah, he keeps his head on a platter. to get knocked out, and Tuivasa will very much oblige, but I think Tallison catches him first. It's a matter of who catches who first, which is why I recommend you stay away from it in terms of betting. But I think Ty is very, very susceptible of getting caught early and put out. This fight does not go over 1.5. It goes under for sure, but stay away from it in terms of betting. Tallison Teixeira to win by KO. On to the lightweights we go, where we have Rafael Fiziev set the face off against Mauricio Ruffy. And this is the only underdog that I like in the entire card, Rafael Fiziev. I think he's a phenomenal striker. I think he stops anything that Ruffy throws his way. I think he's higher output. The only problem that I'm worried about is that matrix thing he likes to do when people throw high kicks at him, where he leans back. He just needs to be a little bit positionally aware when it comes to that, because if he goes too close to the fence and tries that, Ruffy knows exactly how to catch you with a spinning back kick, like what he did Bobby Green. I don't see that happening here. It's just something I'm going to be looking out for the entirety of the fight. I think Fiziev manages to pick him apart in the striking, getting to do exactly what he wants, has the higher level of output, and wins a unanimous decision. But the bet is going to be Rafael Fiziev to land more significant strikes. On to the next fight, where we have Dan Hooker set to face off against Benoit Saint-Denis at the 155-pound division. This is going to be an absolute war. If it is, man, Dan Hooker looks good in wars. But I think the smart game plan for Benoit to do is take this fight down to the ground and make easy work of Dan Hooker. If it's a striking fight, it's very, very 50-50. And I might still favor the power of Saint-Denis, but it's going to be very, very difficult for him. It's definitely going to be a war. So, path of least resistance, Benoit Saint-Denis to take the fight down and get the submission victory. Now, we're going to the main event, where we have the featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski set the face off against Diego Lopes for the second time. I see this fight going no different than the first. Volkanovski is an exceptional striker, and it's way too soon for him to be fighting Diego Lopes. You know, there wasn't much time for the fighters to evolve since the first fight, and Volkanovski beat him by a landslide. I outstruck him 150 something to like double digits. It was crazy. I don't see Diego Lopes being able to knock Volkanovski out. Very few people can. I don't think he's going to be able to submit Volkanovski. So if this fight really gets stretched out into the later rounds, Volkanovski is absolutely going to reign supreme in a striking clinic. So yeah, I see Volkanovski winning. I see over 1.5, and I see Volkanovski to land more significant strikes. That's good value in terms of betting. That's the bet I'm going to be placing on this main event. And that's all I have for you for UFC 325. Be sure to leave a like. Let me know what you think about the video down below. Subscribe. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter. Support the channel on the Patreon. And I'll catch you in the next one. But until then, game time. Been waiting so long to do that.